What's up, everybody? Nameco here. Week 10! Week 10! Are you kidding me? This is our FanDuel value plays. So again, what you're going to do is grab some of these guys, throw them in your lineup, put some studs. I said last week, buy up for the Bears defense. I didn't take my own advice in many leagues, and I was really disappointed because I hope you took my advice. But anyway, play against us. I'm going to take my advice this week. Play against the FST crew. Please get in the link. We need to fill it up. We need FanDuel to keep supporting us. If you like what we do, whether it's this show or other shows, please get into FanDuel. Leave a comment below if you get into FanDuel, and I'll look for you on FanDuel, and I'll also say thanks in the comments, which I doubt that's really enticing for you to actually join, so just hook us up. All right, anyway. First guy I'm talking about is Dion Lewis. Finally the Titans realize he's better than Henry. Henry, man, what a disappointment. Dion Lewis, $5,800. They're playing New England. They're at home. The thing I love about Dion is, man, he looked good last week, and he looked good because he had 23 touches, 19 carries, 4 targets. He was getting the lion's share, so $5,800. If he does that again, this is the last time he's going to be under $6 grand all year probably. Dion Lewis is a very interesting play. For my other running back, I'm going with Nick Chubb. You know, he's $900 more. He's $6,700. He had the same amount. Also 23 touches. He's playing Atlanta, who people can run against, you know, a decent amount. They were banged up. They've gotten better. But long story short, Nick Chubb has getting the carries. Both of my running backs, I'm hoping are volume plays. Chubb's like a guaranteed volume play. Lewis, not 100% sure, but that's the way he looked last week against the Cowboys. I don't see why he wouldn't be the main guy out there. All right, so we move on to wide receiver. I talked about Galladay with Tate leaving, but really I should have been talking about Marvin Jones Jr. Marvin Jones Jr. is $6,200. They're playing Chicago. You know I love my Bears D, but he has 18 targets in the last 2 weeks. Golden Tate was averaging about 10 when he was there. It looks like a lot of those shares are going out of Marvin Jones. I'm expecting double-digit targets from him again. So Marvin Jones for $6,200 is a nice deal. My other wide receiver is a little more expensive, but still not as expensive as he probably should be. That's why he's on this list. And that is T.Y. Hilton. You know, he had that injury, and he came back last week, and he still didn't look 100% T.Y. But, you know, they've had some extra time off. And for $7,000, even though he's playing Jacksonville, he is a great tournament play because he's a huge boomer bust type of guy. Not even bust. He's got a pretty high floor as is. And would it be nuts to see him go for $110 and 2 touchdowns? No. And for $7,000, I absolutely love it. Again, I'm not really using him in my 50-50s. I want more consistency guys. But, you know, in those like $1 million things, you need guys that blow up. He could be the guy that could blow up even though they're playing Jacksonville. As I go to my quarterback, I'm doing it again. I'm going with Fitzpatrick. Had him last week. Gonna go with again this week. $7,600. He should have been a lot. He should be more expensive because he's amazing. Fitzmagic, I believe. He didn't throw for 400 yards last week like I thought he would, but he threw for 4 touchdowns. They're playing the Washington Redskins. They're at home. I don't really believe in the Redskins defense. I know some people think they're pretty good. They're not that good. So Fitzpatrick should have another nice game. As we go to tight end, Dustin's been telling me to use this guy forever, and I'm finally going to, and that's Chris Herndon. I know Sam Darnold isn't playing for the Jets. They're playing Buffalo. Herndon's $5,500, but he led the team in receiving last week. That was like 70 yards, but that means he is getting looks. You know, anytime you have a backup quarterback come in, they're not going to do crazy down the field type game plan, especially this. Like the Vegas over under is like 36, I want to say on this. Like that's so low this year with as many points as they're putting up, and I don't know, I might bet the under. Whole other side note, Chris Herndon is a cheap type of tight end that you can get in your roster. Last but not least, it's my defense, and again, with that low over-under in that game, you knew I had to pick a defense from there, and since the rookie's not playing, I'm picking the Bills defense. $3,700. Buffalo's at the Jets. You know, it's one of those things where I'm not thrilled with the Buffalo defense, but I'm just not thrilled with this game. I think it's going to be low scoring. You have a backup QB in there. Maybe they get some turnovers. Maybe they get some sacks. I mean, the Bills' D isn't terrible. It's just their offense is like the worst I've ever seen. So those are my value plays. So again, please get into the game. You know, leave a comment if you do. If you have any season-long questions, leave it in there as well. I typically go to my video first, and then I answer one with Dustin, even though Dustin wants me to start with that one. But, you know, he's probably going to cut this all out because that's what he does. He's the boss. He's the CEO. He can do whatever he wants, like he says. Tough working conditions here at Smack Talk. Nameco out. And I'm not grumpy, Dustin.